Hello and welcome everybody to another Tarkir Dragonstorm draft. Today we are sitting at Mythic rank 213. So the ranks, we just keep on sliding despite not having horrible records, right? We went 4-3 and 5-3 and we went from 50 to 213. So yeah, it's tough. So we need to put together at least a 6-win finish in this video so that we can climb just a little bit. So we're not, you know, below the top 250. We got to at least be qualified for qualifier weekend. All right, before we head into this draft though, just want to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to pre-order some booster boxes of Final Fantasy or you wanted to buy some singles for your constructed decks, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, make sure you go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. You'll want deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, all that good stuff to make sure you're totally ready for your next tabletop setting, whether it's casual play with your friends or at your next Magic the Gathering tournament. Go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. All right, something good? Not really. Let's see it, Prowler. I have not been all that impressed with. I think it's just, look, it's fine. It's a 4-mana 5/5 with some upside, which is definitely not terrible, but I don't know that it's better than the uncommons here. We have Twin Maw Stormbrood and Wingblade Disciple, and I kind of like both better. Yeah, I don't think the card's bad, but this gives me just a lot more flexibility. Like, this is fine in a Boros deck. I think, and if you're just red, any red deck, this is just an awesome removal spell. So why don't we take the Stormbrood here? It's also a dragon if I want to go that direction. Or if I wanted to go a more aggressive direction, this card is also still totally fine. Moving on to pack 1, pick 2. A lot of interesting choices here. We have Sun Pearl Kirin, Channel Dragonfire, Fortress Kinguard, and Mardu Devotee all as options. For me though, which one is the most interesting? I think if I was Boros, the Mardu Devotee is the best card, but given that I'm not, and I want to maybe be a little bit more flexible, where do I want to go? Like, let's say I end up in some kind of Jeskai deck or whatever. Do I just take... You know what? I don't think Channel Dragonfire is that strong. I'm going to take Sun Pearl Kirin here, just because I feel like this is still a good card in a Boros aggressive deck, but it gives me outs to being some other color combination, whereas the Mardu Devotee, you're kind of locked into being a really, really aggressive deck. That's not to say I don't want to be the Boros aggro deck, because I do think it's very good, but just leaves us a little more open. But here, man, Duty Beyond Death is extremely powerful in the Boros aggro deck. Channel Dragonfire is also okay, but I do think in Boros it's a lot worse. All right, let's take the speculative Duty Beyond Death here and see where this goes. It feels, look, I mean, we could still end up in just some kind of Jeskai control deck, especially if we don't see any of the red cards, but just wanted to take this just because I feel like it's got a lot of upside. Moving on to pack 1, pick 4. This is a pack with no really great aggressive cards. I'm not really a believer in Starry-Eyed Skyrider, so if I want to then just maybe shift over to potentially a Jeskai deck or something along those lines, what do I want? Do I want Bewildering Blizzard, or do I want something like the Osseous Exhale, or even something like a Swiftwater Cliffs? I guess I'll take the Exhale here. I don't love it. I definitely don't love it, but it just, you know, it's still just a fine early cheap removal spell, and you know, in a pinch, you can still play it in a Boros aggro deck. Here, yeah, we are not getting any of the aggro cards. I mean, I guess I can take Coordinated Maneuver here and just hope. Unending Whisper is definitely good in Jeskai though, but let's take the Coordinated Maneuver here and see if we can still go down this direction. Red is absolutely not open though, so maybe we just have to go a different direction here. Pack 1, pick 6 gives us Hardened Tactician, Defibrillating Current, and Reigning Victor. I mean, if I just go straight Mardu, maybe then the Reigning Victor becomes more... a more viable option here. There's also Scoured Barrens, but I don't think I'm in a position to take a land right now. All right, let's just take a Reigning Victor here and just see where this goes. But yeah, this is a really, really rough start. It's just like we're not getting the good red cards. And so now we're just in this weird spot where we're not getting any of the cards that lets us go wide. And so we're just we're just kind of hoping to piece together maybe a Mardu deck. Maybe this just ends up in straight Mardu. We'll see. Here, I'll take Bloodfell Caves over Tempest Hawk, just because it does feel like we might be heading towards just a straight Mardu deck. There's another Osseous Exhale or another Bloodfell Caves. There's also Focus the Mind, which is a really good card if I do end up in Jeskai instead. I think I'm going to actually take that. I'm happy to just... Look, we're trying to find our lane here, and it's been difficult for sure. But then Mardu Devotee tables, what the hell? Like, how does that happen? There's no way this card should ever table. Given that it felt like Boros or Boros was... Okay, whatever. Anyways, I guess we'll take that. I guess we'll take the Devotee and then now head back in this direction here. Aggressive Negotiations can be fine if I do end up in a black-white shell splashing red. What an odd start to a draft, though. This is just not... I mean, is this better or worse than my start in the Arena Open? I don't know. Could be worse. Could be worse. We'll see. All right, moving on to Pack 2, Pick 1. There's another Sun Pearl Kirin, which I think I'm going to take. Certainly some good blue cards in Roiling Dragonstorm and Dragonologist. We saw almost no dragons, so I don't know if that's the direction that we want to go. So yeah, let's just take Kirin, just because I know that I'm going to be white. And so let's just take the Kirin here and see if we can make something happen with that. Moving on to Pack 2, Pick 2. Nothing particularly good in some kind of aggressive shell, but I just have to make something happen here. I know that I'm white. I'm probably going to be Mardu. And I don't really care for these red cards here so much, so I think I'm just going to take Bearer of Glory. It's an extremely weak Pick 2, but it just gives me another 2-mana play here for me to try to curve out. And we are still somehow just getting absolutely shut off here in terms of what's available. Yikes. There's a Sandstep Citadel as a bad dual land. There's also Rebellious Strike, which I guess can be good. I don't really love Strategic Betrayal very much. All right, we'll take Sandstep Citadel, I guess. I just don't know where this deck's going to end up, so I'm just going to take this and see. Maybe we end up in Abzan, who knows? The thing is, the Twin Maw Stormbrood is a red card, so I probably do want to go that direction, but we'll see. Moving on to Pack 2, Pick 4, there's a Teeming Dragonstorm, which I think I'm going to take. Just, look, I want some cards that let me go wide, and the Teeming Dragonstorm certainly is one of them. I don't have that many dragons, but at least I have the Twin Maw Stormbrood. Here I'll take Fortress Kinguard as another nice cheap white creature to let me go into this, this Mardu direction. All right, looks like we're getting some Mardu cards here in Pack 2. Here we have the option between... My black cards aren't even open either. Do I take Sonic Shrieker as the more powerful card, or do I take Salt Road Pack Beast? Am I even Mardu? Like, I don't even know. I feel like I just want to take the Pack Beast, and I have double Kirin. Yeah, I mean, I like the Sonic Shrieker. Ugh. Actually, I take it back. I have the Teeming Dragonstorm. Let's just go full Mardu. Oh, and we got another Sonic Shrieker over Dragon's Prey. Okay, we have some direction here. This is what we're going to do. It took us some time to figure out what we need to do, but Mardu mid-range, it is. I'm not sure about the... Oh my gosh, a third Sonic Shrieker? There's another... Wow, there's a Caustic Exhale. Look, I'm just going to go for power here. Like, Teeming Dragonstorm, triple Sonic Shrieker seems pretty decent. Granted, I also really like Pack Beast. But I think if I'm already committing to going the full 3-color, Shrieker is just a better card. And I'll take that over all the other cards that we have. All right, I'll take... I don't really love Feral Deathgorger. This doesn't feel like a super aggro Rebellious Strike deck. So let's just take Reigning Victor as just a 3/3 mobilized creature. Let's take Nightblade Brigade as another mobilized card. Don't really want to play those 2 drops. And yeah, I mean, we got something here. Is it good? Unclear. Unclear. But we'll see. There's a lot of maybe cards. We have a lot of cards in the maybe stack, I will say. But Pack 2 certainly went well for us. But I imagine Pack 3 is going to be quite bad. We'll see. We're going to need some good mana fixing. Doesn't feel like a Lightfoot Technique type deck. We're basically just white, and then we're just trying to figure out the top end here. This is interesting. Sonic Shrieker number 4 or Static Snare? What's our removal like? 4 removal spells? I mean, at this point, we're just memeing, right? 4 Sonic Shriekers, let's go. I mean, Static Snare is fine, but I'm not even that aggressive, right? It's just, yeah, like, I'm not even that aggressive. Also, it's not clear if we're red-white base or black-white base right now. We're just white with, like, 4 Mardu cards. Like, do I take Quarry Mountain Monastery just because it's a good card and just hope I get enough red and white cards? It is the best creature here. There's also Sandstep Citadel, but I think the Monastery is probably worth taking. Or, excuse me, the Quarry Mountain Stalwart is probably worth taking. All right, that's a late Shock Brigade, and I certainly need 2s. Purging Stormbrood is fine. Quarry Mountain Monastery is also fine, but I do think I want good 2-drops to make my coordinated maneuvers better. I don't think I need another 5-mana dragon / combat trick. I have enough here for the Teeming Dragonstorm. So yeah, this is just a consideration for my mana base. And we took the Quarry Mountain Stalwart, so we're already leaning into being kind of a Boros shell here. So let's go ahead and take that. And now we have this. We have another Osseous Exhale. I don't really need Loxodon Battle Priest, but the question is, do I want Embermouth Sentinel as another black source? 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now we have 1, 2, 3. It'll give us 5 black sources. I guess I'll take it. I don't love it, but playing 1 swamp and an Embermouth Sentinel just gives us way more black sources, right? This gives us 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black sources. Now we had Venerated Stormsinger versus Underfoot Underdogs. I don't really care about the Exhale. I just want more creatures, I think. I mean, let's just take the Stormsinger. It just has the thing is we're already fully committing to Mardu, right? So let's just take the highest upside card here in the Venerated Stormsinger. Here, I think I have enough 2-drops where I think I'm going to take Evolving Wilds to make sure that I can continue continue working on my mana fixing here to make sure that I can play my black cards. Now, pack 3, pick 7. We have Underfoot Underdogs versus Coordinated Maneuver. Our creature count is at 16. I don't care for a Splash Feral. I'll take another Coordinated Maneuver. Our creature count is quite high, so. All right, we'll probably play the Stormshriek Feral, to be honest. There's a Bearer of Glory as well. Doesn't look like it's necessarily a Duty Beyond Death deck, but we'll see. And all right, I mean, look, we put together a deck. Is it a good deck? Unclear, but it is a deck. It was kind of an ugly draft, I will say. Ooh, that's a second Tempest Talk. Ooh, rare. They're just giving out gems here at this point. Okay. Do I play all 4 Reigning Victors? Maybe. I mean, it is a mobilized card, and it makes my coordinated maneuvers better. I think I can cut the Feral and the Exhale. I think Duty Beyond Death is actually looking surprisingly good here. If you look, we have 6 mobilized cards, and a Fortress Kinguard, and a Teeming Dragonstorm, which lets us go wide. So I do think it's pretty good here. This is probably a 16-land deck, given that we go all the way up to 4 Sonic Shriekers. Yeah, I mean, I just need to cut something here. I don't think it's any of my 2s. The Twin Moss Stormbrood counts as a creature. I think it's between a Reigning Victor and a Venerated Stormsinger. As far as black cards go, we have like 4. We have a lot. But I still think I want to focus primarily on having good white mana here. I mean, take a look. We have mostly white cards. So absolutely want at least 1 more Plains, cutting the Swamp. If anything, this feels like a 1 Swamp deck. So this gives us 6, 7, 8 red sources and 9 white sources. Actually, we have just as many black cards as red cards. Interesting. So I guess outside of Shock Brigade, I don't have... Yeah, so maybe we want a better balance here. So maybe we cut 1 red and add a black. This gives us 2, 3, 4, 5 black with lands. Mardu Devotee is 6. And then Embermouth Sentinel is 7. I think that's probably the best that we have here, given what we see. So that's 7 black, 9 white, potentially 10 here. But 9 white is okay. I don't have any double white cards. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red. Should I actually cut another mountain and play another swamp? Yeah, let's do that, I guess. So this gives us 6 red. I mean, I know we have the Shock Brigade, but I think this is just probably... Like, we want to be able to play Reigning Victor on turn 3 a lot of the time, even though I think I'm probably going to cut one here. And there we have it. This is not the ideal deck. I think the best deck is a Boros aggro deck, but we just didn't see enough. So we're going a little bit bigger here and seeing if just Mardu Dragons gets us there. We'll see how this goes. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Once again, big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all of your support, as it truly means a lot. Access to the Patreon means you get access to the Discord channel, which I feel is a really great way to up your limited game. Awesome community there. We're already talking about Final Fantasy stuff, talking about how to build our decks for the Arena Open. Lots of good resources there, so check it out. All right, opponent on the play here. We have 4 lands, all of our colors. No 2-drops. We have 7 2s in our deck. I'm going to keep this. This does allow us to play a turn 3 Reigning Victor. Would love to find a 2, and we drew a 2-drop off the top here. So, turn 2 Bearer of Glory on the draw into turn 3 Reigning Victor into Venerated Stormsinger. Of course, a very, very nice start. And we drew Sonic Shrieker. All right. Coordinated Maneuver. Nice, okay. Looks like they're going to miss a land drop, though. Okay. All right. Reigning Victor for us. Oh, they hit a land. And no attacks from them. Well, I certainly don't want to attack into the Furious Forebear, so I'm just going to wait. They could have an Exile there too. And I have Sonic Shrieker available. So let's just do that. Oh yeah, that's just game. Look at that! Mardu. We don't go Mardu very often. We're almost always Boros with a light splash. But this is just straight Mardu. And, well, you know what? At least we have a lot of power. 4 Sonic Shriekers is kind of insane. All right, we drew all of our colors again. On the draw again, we have Bearer of Glory into Reigning Victor with a Coordinated Maneuver, and then we have many Sonic Shriekers that we're going to draw off the top. Or at least that is the hope. All right, we're going to keep this. There's one. I like how we had a red-white deck in the last video with like a really low curve, and we just ended up going... we ended up just like getting completely mana screwed. And here we're 3 colors with weird mana, and we're just drawing all of our colors in our opening hand every game. Magic the Gathering, you know what I mean? All right, good for you. Just turn 2, turn 3 counterspell. I wonder what their follow-up here is. Teamer Devotee, that's extremely underwhelming. All right, well, this Coordinated Maneuver is certainly looking a lot worse. I still think it's good. I have basically 18 or 19 creatures in my deck. It's just, you know, obviously when your opponent counters your 2 and 3 drop, it's not great. Okay. Time to Shriek. Oh, it was an island. Okay. Okay, that's a land. Oh, this is not quite as good, unfortunately. Do I still play it? I think so. Here's the thing, though. Like, alternatively, I can wait a turn and then use Sonic Shrieker plus Coordinated Maneuver to kill the Stormbrood. I don't know. But, or I play this and they go to 12 and then I have 2 flyers. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna wait a turn. I'm just one turn, okay? I'm not gonna wait for them to play some 2 toughness creature. I'm just waiting a turn. If they do play a 2 toughness creature, excellent, right? And if not, I can finish it off with Sonic Shrieker here. Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's a lot of damage for sure. Hey, but by waiting, we got to kill the Stormstreak Pharaoh. Wow, we drew a gazillion lands. All right, there are 10. I think that ended up being a net positive. It must be a card draw spell, because they're being careful with how they tap their mana. Shock Brigade. Okay. What the heck? Okay. Alright, they're at 2 life. I mean, I don't know how they're going to come out of this. Okay. So, they're digging here. Oreni's rebuff, I see. Yeah, but what are they going to bounce? I guess they're going to... Like, you don't want to bounce Sonic Shrieker, you just die. Okay, going up a life is good. Okay, they're dead. I mean, Sonic Shrieker is a messed up magic card, right? For 5 mana, 4/4, drain something for 2, and get a card, potentially. It's so good. Alright, opponent on the play. Okay. This hand could use more lands, but I am playing 17 lands with an Embermouth Sentinel. The question is, what do I get for my second land? Like, I have to play Evolving Wilds here. I think we're on the draw again, but that's okay. At least with this hand. Turn 1 Swiftwater Cliffs from the opponent. Ooh, never mind. We can hold off on that decision. Actually, the decision is simple. We just get a mountain. Let's go ahead and play Bearer of Glory, just because that has a much higher chance of being able to attack. Next turn, we can go Fortress King Guard, Evolving Wilds, get a mountain. We drew 2 Sonic Shriekers. Our opponent has lots of tap lands on the play, so it's going to be tough. This will be tricky. Hopefully, we can get it done. Caustic Exhale for 1 mana. Okay. I suppose they're going to... Oh, no. Embermouth. Okay. Sure. They got a land. Got it. I guess I can also play Embermouth Sentinel. Yeah, I guess I kind of do. Oh, hold on. Let me Evolving Wilds first. Let's get a mountain. I don't actually know what land I want to get. It's not white. It's black or red. Let's take a look at our deck. I think it's red. We have the black here. But I think we're more likely to want more red. I'm not sure, though. I'm happy to try to race my opponent here. Wow, they had nothing? I mean, they have something. I mean, they could have like a Riverwalk technique or something. I don't know. Hopefully, it's not Anafenza. Looks like a Riverwalk technique. Oh, Molten Exhale, sure. That is good. Ooh, a tap land. Not ideal. So if I draw an untapped land, I can Sonic Shrieker, or I can not Sonic Shrieker, I guess. Let's play Reigning Victor. Pump this. Attack. All right, so they get to play the Feral, and if we don't draw land number 5 here for our Sonic Shrieker, it's really, really annoying. I mean, we're still maybe in a position to race them. They're going to attack me with the Feral, but we'll see. Land would just be super ideal. All right, well, that's not ideal. I mean, it is still a good card. Like, the thing is, I mean, this doesn't put that much pressure on us, right? So as long as they don't play something huge, like this, you know, we're still okay. You know, if they use a removal spell on the Reigning Victor, so be it. We have infinite things to do here with the teaming Dragonstorm now. Ice Ridge Serpent is obscenely annoying. All right, land, yes. Let's finish off the Ice Ridge Serpent. Get more value. We have a Shrieker. I could have attacked with just the Reigning Victor, maybe. That's also the option there, but... Defibrillating Current, okay. With one card left in hand. If they pump it, I'm going to just Sonic Shrieker their face and get that last card out of their hand. Yeah, that's right. You think that's a hello? Wait till you see Sonic Shrieker number 3, buddy. Although they're just dead on board right now. Voice of Victory, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna attack. Man, these Sonic Shriekers have been ridiculous. So, Storm Shriek blocks the Sonic Shrieker. Yep, Voice of Victory blocks there. Sure, pump that, and then... Are you all ready to put my opponent on maximum tilt? Hello! Hello! Third time's the charm, baby! 3-0. Okay, we're already into double digits. That's good. That's good. I thought it would take a lot more to climb from the 200s, but I guess not. I don't know how the elo system works. We're 3-0. All right, we are on the play. We just keep drawing perfect mana. This is kind of ridiculous. Why couldn't we do this yesterday? If we drew perfect mana yesterday, that is an easy trophy with that deck, I think. But you know what? We focus on the now, and I am loving this spot here. Let's start with Bearer of Glory because it's going to be able to get in for the damage. And then next turn, I will play the Embermouth Sentinel because I definitely want to hit land number 4 for the teaming Dragonstorm. Okay. Slower start here for the opponent. Let's attack. I know I drew Shock Brigade, but Embermouth Sentinel just seems like the superior thing to go for here. Let's go ahead and get another Plains. Next turn, we have a couple of options, actually, both of which are pretty good. Stalwart Successor, okay. We drew the Plains, of course. Let's attack. Feels like a fairly easy teaming Dragonstorm here. Because if I draw another land, I can play Sonic Shrieker and pick up the Dragonstorm, which gives us a ton of value. Now, they might be interested in moving the Blade over. Okay. All right, we drew another Sonic Shrieker. That is not ideal. We actually just don't have a good attack here, unfortunately. Yeah. All right. I mean, is it crazy to do this where I attack with the Embermouth Sentinel or just pick it up with the Sun Pearl Kirin? Because I feel like if I draw a land, my chances of winning just skyrockets. So I think I'll just do that. Yeah. Let's just get a mountain here. Yeah, see? They're staying nice, like, as a joke. But just wait. Just wait till it's time to go shrieking. Also, just my board with the Bearer of Glory makes it really hard for them to just even block. So, if anything, if they have a removal spell, it might be in their best interest to just kill Bearer of Glory right now. But we just have so much more action, right? Yeah. No, I absolutely love this play here from the opponent. We racing here, folks. Nope, we're not racing here, folks. Protection from monocolored. I don't have a good attack. Okay. 2 in the air. Discard a card. All right, it was a land. And look, we got a game plan here, right? Just with this, to the skies. To the skies we go. Piercing Exhale, sure. But they can't attack me. That's the problem, right? So we can just continue being aggressive here. This is still all totally fine. Osseous Exhale, sure. Look at this. I mean, they just can't really... They can't really do much, is the problem. Almost to the point where I can just attack. They can make a giant... Okay, Outrider, but they chose not to. 10? Okay. Yeah. These Sonic Shriekers have just been absolutely ridiculous with the teaming Dragonstorm. Like, I'll be the first to admit that we are drawing quite well. But man, this has been insane. All right, rank 46. Opponent on the play here. Actually, I guess that Duty Beyond Death still would have been good. But like, maybe we have too many expensive things where the Duty Beyond Death isn't quite as good. But I don't know what else we had in the sideboard. Like, we had an Osseous Exhale, I guess. Maybe that is better than Coordinated Maneuver number 3. Maybe. Just because we're not really just trying to absolutely push every single point of damage through. So having a more consistent removal spell might be better. Or having a split, right? Like 2 in 1. Being able to draw a swamp or a mountain this turn would be really nice. To be able to play Reigning Victor. I mean, this hand does feel like a Duty Beyond Death would be pretty good. So I'll keep that. Wow, no land. Interesting. What do I want to do? Maybe I shouldn't have played the land. Huh. Because I kind of want to play the Kirin here. Yeah, that was a mistake, I guess. Because if I draw a tap land, okay, thank goodness. But yeah, I just wanted to be able to hit my land drop. So they're gonna get a globe, but they missed their last land drop, so if they miss a land drop here, they're gonna be really sad. Okay, alright. So they're definitely gonna hit their land drop this turn, but oh my gosh, they missed. Okay, well that I am tilted for my opponent. Okay, that is really unlucky. All right. So we got 2 mobilized cards in play with double coordinated maneuver. This is going to be great. We have Duty Beyond Death as well. Like, even if they go land globe, it's just going to be really tough, I think. But yeah, this is just outrageously unlucky if they don't find a land. Yeah, I mean, at this point, they just don't really have much of a chance, I don't think. I suppose they can counter the Fortress Kinguard. Okay. I'm just going to hold up Duty Beyond Death here. And set up a coordinated maneuver as well. Just in case. I really don't, like, it seems like it's going to be very difficult to lose from this spot. So, let's just, like, what world can they actually win this game, right? All right, rank 33. We are continuing to climb. So yeah, I did make one update. I added 1 Osseous Exhale for the 3rd coordinated maneuver, just to have a balance. And this deck also has a lot more dragons. And when you have more dragons, I think the life gain does matter sometimes. So we'll try that. All right, we are on the play here. We have a turn 2 Fortress Kinguard, but I can't cast anything else. I'm going to mulligan that hand. And I'm going to mulligan again. Nothing to play early. I have 7 2-drops in my deck, just so you know. And these are the, like, they have lands, but these are not the types of hands that can get me to win games. Let's get rid of Duty Beyond Death and 1 of the Sonic Shriekers. And we're mold to 5. I mean, it certainly happens. But I've definitely lost my fair share of games just with just choosing not to mulligan. So I just want to set myself up a little bit better. I think Reigning Victor is worth it because it's a 3-drop, but I don't think I want the... I don't think I want the Bearer of Glory. So if they have a counterspell, which one would I rather have them counter? I think I'd rather have them counter the Quarry Mountain Stalwart. Okay. Also, I mean, here's the thing, right? If I make this indestructible, it gets in for the same amount of damage as the Reigning Victor would. Alright. Well, I mean, they played a turn 3 Globe. We have a decent board, and we have a Sonic Shrieker here. But of course, they're going to have many, many different ways to stabilize. If they play anything big, it's going to be tough for us to get through. But we'll try. Wow. If they didn't have a counterspell before, right? So, like, what did they have here? A Riverwalk technique? Because they could have used a counterspell on Quarry Mountain Stalwart, unless they drew the counterspell, which it seems like that's what happened. And I mean, they're at 7. They missed a land. Was that their best play? Okay, there's land number. They needed that land drop really badly. So, I mean, if I draw a land, that's really great for me. Because if I draw a land, let's say they play something big. They take 5 still, and then the Sonic Shrieker finishes them off if I draw a land. Okay, they're passing. What do they have? Durgar Island Dragon, maybe? Oh, Dragon's Prey, sure. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to play the Bearer of Glory here. Because now if I just... I mean, this is just super... Like, if they play a creature, this is still lethal on board. Right? Now, they could have Bewildering Blizzard. They absolutely could. Wow. I mulliganed the 5, and they played spells, and I just still won. Wow. That is unreal. All right. We'll take it, obviously. We are now 6-0? What happened? This video isn't even 40 minutes long. What? All right, well, this could be the quickest trophy ever. The quickest unexpected trophy ever? Who knows? We'll see. Okay, opponent on the play. This hand is totally fine. We have, once again, all of our colors. We have a turn 2 Bearer of Glory with a Sun Pearl Kirin and then a Sonic Shrieker. We will keep. Alright, they led with Mountain. Ooh, we drew Plains. I mean, I'm still going to crack the Evolving Wilds and get a Plains. We just have more white cards than any other color. So 2 white, 2 red, and a black. So, would not like any more lands here if possible. Shocking Sharpshooter is the play from the opponent. And we drew another land, okay. Is the mirror our only weakness? It's possible. Man, this thing's just so good in the mirror. It just blocks everything. It's kind of obnoxious, actually. Man, that is aggressive. Unsparing Boltcaster. Okay. Wow, that was just like the most awful sequence of draw. Like, what was my opener? It was 4 lands and 3 spells, and we drew 3 lands in a row. Well, you're never gonna win if that happens. Alright, Plains from the opponent, 4 cards in hand. Like, do I even play the Kirin, or do I wait out with the Sonic Shrieker? I know it's a lot of mana, but like, I don't know. I'm gonna wait. Okay. And maybe they have a removal spell, I don't know. Certainly not going to stop me from attacking here. They have to have something, right? Oh, seize opportunity to hit Kinguard and a land. If they had that, I wonder why they didn't attack with the Shocking Sharpshooter. 4 cards in hand. They're going to play this and hit me for 2. Boltcaster will attack me. Ouch. The question here is whether or not I should be blocking the Boltcaster just because so much damage is coming in. They have 4 cards in hand. I feel like I just want to play like a defensive game here. Alright, let's block. It doesn't feel great at all, but... Oh, sure. So that is a 5-3. Goodness. Their hand must be loaded. I probably just need to block the Boltcaster here. But at least it's, you know, I'm going to be able to get a card from their hand and trade with the Boltcaster. Yeah, like how awesome is your hand if you have to think about this? Yeah, this, I mean, this tells me that we're dead. You know what I mean? That tells me that I'm dead. Yep. Oh, that is so much damage. Goodness. I mean, if they attack with all the other stuff, I'm just going to block all the other stuff. Yep. So let's block here, block here. All right, we're at 6. Another Sonic Shrieker would have been cool, I guess. Two cards in hand. Remember, they still have relevant spells in their hand here. So now what do I do is the question. Like, both of these are lethal. Block. Does this trample? It doesn't really matter. Block, block. Okay. Alright, we're at 2. That's another Sonic Shrieker. Okay. Yeah, we're just dead. Osseous Exhale would have been a cool draw. Alright, we're dead. I mean, yeah, they had a good Boros start, and we just didn't have enough action. So kudos to my opponent. You know what? Silver lining. Silver lining. At least for myself. I like my videos to be like about an hour long. And now we have a higher chance of getting there. Alrighty. On the play here, I will keep. This Mardu Devotee is going to have to do a lot of work to help sculpt our hand. Little Shock Brigade off the top. Okay, don't want that. I will take Teeming Dragonstorm, though. It makes it so that I don't have a play next turn, but it allows me to... It allows me to go Dragonstorm into Sonic Shrieker, which I think is quite strong. Obviously, this next turn is quite important with regards to what we find. If it's not a creature, like any 2 or 3 mana creature here would obviously be fantastic. Being on the play, very important for this scenario. That would be the craziest block ever. Just try to sneak in some damage where I can. I'd rather get the damage in with this than, like, block something and have them use some kind of trick. I don't know. It's close. I just didn't think they were going to block. But I'm, you know, it's like I'm basically trading a damage at this point, but hopefully this Teeming Dragonstorm will let me kind of recover. And, ooh, no land. Okay. Teeming Dragonstorm is excellent on this board. Seven cards in hand for the opponent, but we do have Sonic Shrieker plus Teeming Dragonstorm. Turn 6, we can go Teeming Dragonstorm plus Duty Beyond Death as well, which is great. A Bearer of Glory is the play from the opponent. They can't really attack us. Now, do I have good attacks myself? I don't think so. kill Bearer of Glory. Oh, this is so insane. This is so insane. I have Teeming Dragonstorm, and then I can bounce my Sonic Shrieker, and then play it again, and then replay Teeming Dragonstorm again. This is just ridiculous. So, like, they have a handful of action, but like I'm hitting all my land drops, and they're just playing a bunch of Fortress Kin Guards. This is an incredible spot to be in for us. Oh my gosh, we drew another Sonic Shrieker. This is ridiculous. Yeah. 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 All right. Well, there you go. 7-1. Nice little trophy here. We went from rank 210 to 32. So it actually wasn't that difficult to climb out of the hole that I thought we were in. And, you know, like I said, like I feel like what's funny is of the last 3 drafts, I feel like this was the jankiest draft. I felt like this was the draft where, I don't know, it just felt like we were trying to set ourselves up with Jeskai. Boros wasn't really working, and we just kept taking some stuff here and there. Pack 2 ended up being decent. We saw a million Sonic Shriekers, and then we just went full Mardu. But, you know, this one felt like a very tricky draft to navigate, whereas the last one, I was just straight up Boros all the way. The one before, I was Jeskai Control all the way. And somehow, this is the one that gave us the best results. But you know what? It's not that surprising. I mean, if you just look at the power level of the cards here, our mana was actually reasonable. Because we had the Embermouth Sentinel and the Mardu Devotee with 2 lands and an Evolving Wilds, the mana actually works reasonably well here. It does. And then additionally, we had 4 Sonic Shriekers. Like, if you ever get to the point where you're just like putting some pressure on your opponent and you just keep jamming Sonic Shriekers, it's really hard to lose. This card is insane. And we also happen to draw with Teeming Dragonstorm like 2 or 3 times, which is obviously also very good. Now, I will also admit that I drew pretty well in this set, which is also very important. It doesn't matter how good your deck is. You draw all one color, you're going to lose. You draw too many lands, you're going to lose, right? So it's like you need to draft a good deck, which is already hard in of itself. But then on top of that, you also need to draw well. And we absolutely drew very well. And our opponents drew poorly. Right? All the games of Mana Screw and Mana Flood, I felt like in the last couple of sets, which have been quite frustrating, to be honest, has now reversed itself. And you have to recognize when you're lucky as well, right? Because here, I had multiple opponents miss land drops. Multiple, like 3 of them. Yeah, I double mulliganed one of them, but I still won that game. So I won a game where I double mulliganed. I had multiple opponents miss land drops. And that is what allowed us to get this trophy. So like when I look at this deck, I don't go, oh, this is a slam dunk trophy. But it's if I draw well, I can hang with any deck because I have 4 Sonic Shriekers. And it's aggressive enough where if opponents stumble, I can also beat people down, which they did. And there you go. Like I said, I don't like Mardu that much. Boros, I love. Mardu, not so much, but we managed to just make it work with the mana and, you know, with the white base that we had. We had a ton of creatures, and wow, that Teeming Dragonstorm Dragon combo ended up being very, very good. And I'm very, very happy that we took every single Sonic Shrieker that we had the opportunity to take. Because we could have taken... So this deck could have been a deck that had a Static Snare and like a Dragon's Prey and some other stuff, and we could have only had like 2 Sonic Shriekers. But all 4 were very, very important. Excellent, excellent way to close out games. And it just feels good to pick up another trophy, to go back to our winning ways. We're in the double digits. We're in the home stretch of Tarkir Dragonstorm. We don't have much time left. I think I'm going to probably be looking to draft this set for probably about another week, right? And if they bring back cube drafts for a week, I'll probably shift over to that. I'm ready to move on. We've drafted this set over 50 times, so I'm ready to move on to another set. But for the time being, we're going to continue enjoying this format and trying to pick up as many wins as possible to get that much closer to rank 1. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've appreciated this content and wanted to show your support in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Once again, big shout out to all of the patrons. TCGplayer.com is a sponsor for this stream. If you want to check them out, they are the place to go to for all of your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. Pre-orders for Final Fantasy should be available now. So if you want to buy those booster boxes of Final Fantasy or your collector booster boxes, check them out. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, go to heavyplay.com for all your Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories needs. Deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, all that good stuff for your next tabletop event. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.